Hey everyone, so we weren't able to host Touch a Truck this year, but we thought we'd bring Touch a Truck to you with a 5-part virtual series, Touch a Truck Road Trip. I'm Jatinder Dhaliwal, Chief Engineer at the Abbotsford Centre, and I'm going to be your host for this series. Every Tuesday in September, we're going to check out some really cool vehicles, including a tank, a tractor, a motorcycle, a fire truck, some heavy equipment, and a whole lot more. Additionally, through the month of September, the Abbotsford Centre will be collecting donations for Envision Financial's The Full Cover, which in turn goes to the Archway Food Bank of Abbotsford. Donations can be made in person at the Abbotsford Centre or online at abbotsfordfoodbank.com/donate by writing Touch a Truck and your contact info in the message section. As a thank you, anyone who donates throughout this month will be entered to win one of several prize packs, including the grand prize of a Nintendo Switch Lite and a $50 gift card to the Nintendo store. For more information on prizing and how to donate, visit abbotsfordcentre.ca or click on the link in the description of this video. For the first episode, we're going to take a trip out to my family farm, G&D Growers. We're going to check out a tractor and a berry harvester. After that, we're going to head over to Abbotsford Fire and Rescue. We're going to show us one of their fire engines. And finally, we're going to head over to the City of Abbotsford to talk to them about their new waste program in partnership with Waste Connections Canada. Now let's hit the road and go check out some cool trucks and equipment. Hey everyone, how's it going? My name is Jatinder Dhaliwal and I'm the Chief Engineer at the Abbotsford Centre. And welcome to my family farm. We're G&D Growers and we've been growing strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, and other vegetables in the area for over 30 years. Right behind you guys, I have a couple of pieces of equipment I'd like to show you. First of all, we have a Mahindra 3616 4-wheel drive shuttle tractor. It's a great little tractor. And I know most people like big, bad tractors, but the smaller tractors are better for us on our blueberry farms. It does all the things that we need, from spraying, cutting the grass, cultivating, whatever we need. The small tractors are the way to go. And over here, we have our berry harvester. So behind me, guys, we have a Littow brand over-the-row berry harvester. It's capable of harvesting raspberries, blueberries, and even blackberries if we want. It runs off a Kubota brand diesel engine, and it uses hydraulic systems to operate all the different belts and motors and blowers on it. Jump in. So what's neat about this machine that you'll notice, it only has 3 wheels. So you have 1 wheel in the front, and if you come around to the back, there are 2 drive wheels at the back. And that allows this machine to be very nimble, and it allows us to be able to turn into tight areas on our farms. So how the berry harvester works is that these large drums with these beater sticks on it, they actually shake the bush and make all the ripe fruit fall. And what happens is when the fruit falls, it gets collected by these collector plates and these conveyor systems, and it brings all the ripe fruit up to the top of the machine where we put it into trays. Thanks for visiting us here at G&D Growers. We hope to see you guys again soon. Hey guys, we've got something really special for you today. So we're at the City of Abbotsford Fire Hall number 1, and I'm with Dave at the Abbotsford Fire and Rescue Services. We're going to check out one of their fire trucks. Dave, how you doing?
Great, how are you?
Good, good. Not too busy?
We're a little bit busy today, but
Cool.
got
Well,
time.
hope you got some time for us. We really appreciate it. Why don't you show us a fire truck that we have here?
Sure. Well, this is actually one of our spur engines, but they're all very similar. We try to keep them all standardized. We call it a rescue pumper. So it carries water, hoses, ladders, and rescue equipment.
Oh, nice. So this one actually holds water.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
How much water does it hold?
500 gallons.
Cool. And then it has a pump to pump the water.
It sure does. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. And how many people sit in there?
It's typically 4 people, but 5 people can fit in there.
It looks pretty roomy and comfortable. Do you mind if we take a look inside?
Absolutely.
Come on, kids, let's take a look.
So this is the back seat. I'll climb in and here's our seats. They're actually missing our SCBA bottles, but normally I'd be able to sit in here and put on my SCBA bottle. That's self-contained breathing apparatus, and that's what keeps us safe when we go into a smoke-filled environment.
Wow, David, looks pretty roomy in there.
Yeah, it is. It's not bad. When you get 3 people in the back and we're all putting on our turnout gear, it can get a little crowded sometimes.
Looks like it'd be great for a road trip.
Yeah, I'd like to try a road trip. We've never really left the city in one.
You get a lot of attention, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Dave, why don't you show us what's in some of these compartments?
Sure. Here's where we keep all our fire hose. So we have 2 different kinds. We have a 2.5 inch, and you can see how wide it is here. And this is great for protection lines. So if we have a house on fire and we want to protect the house next door, we can put a lot of water onto it. This one here next to it, you can see, is not quite as wide. That's 1 3/4, and this is our attack line. So this is a hand line. Much easier to operate by a single firefighter. This one here you can operate, but it's hard to move around and it puts out a lot of force. So it's nicer to have 2 guys on that one, or to keep it stationary. You're not going to move around too much. But this is the one that we'll haul around. We'll move into the fire. We'll run around the house. It does most of the work. So we have the basket stretcher, and it has a spine board in it, and we'll use this for moving someone off of a rooftop, or if they've fallen off a cliff, or any situation where we need to carry someone out. That's for that.
That's cool. I noticed you have some axe and looks like another pick there.
Yeah, that's right. Well, this is called, together we call these the irons. And the irons is made of 2 parts. One is the Halligan, and that's this steel tool, and it's coupled with a flathead axe, which we can use as a striking tool. And so we use this for forcible entry. This will open up doors for us, among other things.
That's great. So I'm curious, where do you guys store your lunch?
A lunch. That's a good question. There's not a lot of room left over for lunch in this truck.
I guess it's all work.
Yeah.
So Dave, what do you have right there?
Well, this is called a monitor. This is for putting out big water. We can put out up to 1,000 GPM. That's gallons per minute. And we can really flood a fire with this device. And so we'll set this up on the ground, and it gets supplied by the 2.5 inch line here. And so we can set this up. It's got a stand, and we can put it down on the ground. And leave it, and it'll just keep putting out water all day long. And so that's a really useful tool for if we have a big fire and we just want to do a surround and drown. If we don't want to go in, it's too dangerous, or we need to cool down something that might explode, and we need to keep our distance, then we'll set this monitor device on it and just flood it with water.
That's pretty cool. So would you connect that to a fire hydrant?
No, this would be powered off of a 2.5 inch line here. It's a pre-connect, so it's pre-connected from our truck, and that would run off the fire pump.
Okay, great.
But our water supply would be from the hydrant.
Interesting. So Dave, what do you have here?
Well, this is our auto-X compartment, so auto extrication. So this is how we can rescue someone if they're trapped in a car. So we have a hydraulic pump, which powers these tools here. So we have a set of spreaders. It's quite heavy, and it's used for spreading apart metal or pinching metal to give us the ability to move the car around the patient. So if someone is trapped, we can open up the car and make space for them to get out, or for us to get in to start some medical attention. So these are our spreaders, and these are our cutters. And so sometimes it's not enough to just move metal around. Sometimes we have to actually remove it. We have to cut it. And so that's what these are for.
And that's the tool that's coined the jaws of life, I believe?
That's right. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And I notice you have another axe up there. That axe looks a little different than the other axe.
Yes, this axe has a pick on the end of it. So we call this the pick head axe. And so it's not a striking tool. It's more of a prying tool. So we'll use this for removing flooring, for opening up walls, opening up ceilings. Anytime we want to get a look inside something, to look for extension. So that's, if a fire is burning within a wall, we want to know if it's moving around or where it is. So we have to kind of look for it.
That's neat. So there's a lot of really cool functions and tools that they have in these fire trucks. Does it take you a long time to memorize where everything is?
Yeah, it's a good part of your first year when you're a rookie, a probationer. You spend a lot of time down in the truck bay, learning the truck, going through the compartments, memorizing what's where and what it does.
Well, why don't we head to the other side and we'll take a look at the pump panel. Wow, Dave, that's a lot of gauges.
Yeah, this is the real heart of the truck, or maybe the brains of the truck. This is how we get water going to all the different hoses. So, like I mentioned earlier, we have pre-connects. They're hoses that are pre-connected, so all we have to do is grab them and pull them off the truck on our shoulders and run out to where we need them. And then the pump operator, the driver, will open up their valve and send water to the end of the line. And so you can see on here, it's a bit of a map, color-coded, and it tells you what valve is operating which hose line. So we have hoses on the front of the truck. We have two pre-connects on either side of the truck up front. We have the monitor on top, which I haven't talked about, but it's similar to our ground monitor, but it's even bigger. We call it the deck gun, and it can put out a lot of water as well. And then we have pre-connects off the back. So we have a lot of hoses on this truck.
Cool, Dave. That's really interesting. Thank you very much. Again, this is Dave from the Abbotsford Fire and Rescue Services.
Nice to meet you.
We had a great time. Hope you guys had a great time too. Hey guys, so I know you've all seen garbage trucks rolling around town. Well, we're here at the City of Abbotsford Works Yard. We're going to check out City of Abbotsford's newest garbage trucks. And they've got a little trick up their sleeves. They're automated. Hey there, Vikram.
Hi, thanks for having me today. So we're super excited to be moving to a fully automated collection system. Most of our neighbors already have cart-based collection systems and have had great success with those. Stats have shown that automated collection will improve our staff's health and safety and allow us to pick more waste in a shorter amount of time. Plus, for residents, our new wheeled carts will be way easier to get to the curb.
That's cool. And these trucks are better for the environment, correct?
Oh yes, so we're going with a mix of trucks that run on renewable diesel and some on natural gas. This means less harmful emissions will be released into the environment, helping improve the air quality in our area. We'll also be optimizing the collection routes so that material is collected in the most efficient way possible from over 26,400 households in our community.
26,000?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of bins to pick up. I can imagine being automated will really help. Well, let's go take a look at the new trucks. Come on, guys. Waste Connections Canada will be the new contracted collector for the East Abbotsford area when the CART program rolls out. They provided us with a truck for a demonstration today. We have Bill with Waste Connections Canada, who's a site manager. Bill, can you tell us how this truck works?
Okay, well, what we're going to go through today is we're going to show you how this automated arm works. It not only picks up these carts here and dumps them into the hopper, but it also moves out from the truck quite a ways, so we can get around cars and other obstacles. I'll also show you how the box tips up and the tailgate opens so you can see how it would dump at the transfer station. Just to point out one thing, those are CNG tanks up on the top. So now we're being better for the environment using CNG rather than diesel.
That's neat. So the fuel tanks are up top, not on the bottom where you usually see them.
That's right.
Wow, that's really cool.
Okay, you ready to see the show?
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do that.
So we're inside the truck right now, and there's lots of bells and whistles in here and buttons that make things work. Firstly, we've got 3 buttons here that they're also on this side, and those work the packer. So the packer in the hopper where the garbage gets dumped, or the organics or the recycling, will work backwards and forwards, pushing the garbage or the organics or the recycling into the back of the truck. Some other buttons here turn on the pump that activates all of the hydraulics. We've got reverse, the transmission, drive, and neutral here. And this joystick here works that automated arm on the side of the truck. So why don't I fire up the truck and we'll see it in action.
The truck is emptied by first raising the tailgate. Then the truck body lifts to tip the back of the truck. Material falls out of the back of the truck and then can be recycled, composted, or sent to the landfill.
Well, thanks, Bill.
You're welcome.
These trucks are pretty cool, eh? Just a note for our viewers. The carts that we use in today's demonstrations are not exactly like the ones you will be getting at your house. The exact details are still being worked out, and more information will be available in the fall on actual carts the city will be using.
Cool. And how many bins will each house get?
So each house is going to get 3 carts, one for recycle, one for compost, and one for garbage. And the carts will be delivered to your house before the program starts.
So kids, the truck's going to do its part, but you have to help your parents by sorting all the trash before the truck can pick it up, right, Bill?
That's right.
Cool. And how much training does it take to drive a truck like this?
To get really good at it, it takes a minimum of 4 weeks. So we have a program in place. We're looking to train our drivers a month in advance of taking on the side of the contract.
Wow, that's pretty neat. All right, well, a big thank you to Vikram with the City of Abbotsford and Bill with Waste Connections Canada. Hope you guys enjoy and look for these trucks in the spring of 2021. All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning in today. We hope you enjoyed our first episode. Join me in thanking our exhibitors, G&D Growers, Abbotsford Fire and Rescue Services, the City of Abbotsford, and Waste Connections Canada. Don't forget to tune in next week where we'll be checking out a bunch of heavy equipment, including an excavator, a wheel loader, a crane truck, a cement truck, and a roll-off truck. All right, we'll see you next week on Touch a Truck Tuesday.